2023 has started off with a bang in South Africa, and maybe not such a good bang, facing multiple challenges within the South African grow landscape. We're also starting off slightly different today. For the first time ever, we don't have Andy with us, unfortunately. We're missing him. We're joined today by Luke, who's going to be chatting a little bit about some of his challenges he faced in 2022 and some predictions for 2023. Luke's a full-time member of the Marijuana SA team. He handles a lot of the grow support, room design, really awesome builds and automations, and of course growing. Luke, welcome to the show. Let's jump right into the first question. Tell me a couple of challenges that you felt we were facing within the South African grow landscape with relation to your own personal growth.
Thanks for having me on today. So yeah, my challenges that I had, I started off the 2022 year with a new space. So getting that up and going was a little bit of a challenge, being a kind of a retrofitting style I built as I went along. So there were things that I needed. And then obviously challenges with Eskom load shedding was getting sort of worse as we were going into 2022. And that was something that needed to be factored in as well. I also, had a little bit of a spider mite issue as well as a thrip issue, but that's, those challenges do occur in the garden, and as long as you stay on top of it, you can mitigate it as well. So I would say that was probably my biggest challenge, was getting the new space up and running, dialing it in, and then getting used to it as well, and changes throughout the year through that as well.
Yeah, I think personally that's a common misconception that we see. Guys have had a really good time in a separate space. You've done a good couple of grows, you forgot about all the original challenges that you faced. Now all of a sudden you have a new space, but with the new space comes new parameters, and there's always that dialing in period of a new space. And do you feel you've got it dialed in nicely now, or are you still tinkering here and there?
I think I've got it to a good point now. I put some more equipment in it just to sort of maximize. It is an indoor space, so I want to exert as much control as I possibly can. So throughout the year, I made sure that I can get as much of control and keep control as much as I can. So that was very, very important from my side to make sure that I could accomplish that.
Epic. Well, let's move on to, so 2022 obviously filled with quite a bit of challenges. But for me personally, and I think everyone watching this here in South Africa, 2023 has started off terribly. I mean, we're sitting in stage 6 rolling blackouts, which for our international viewers is meaning, sometimes 8 to 12 hours of no power a day, staggered. So for indoor specifically, we're obviously facing quite a lot of challenges. Luke, someone who's on the sort of the front end of dealing with our clients and supporting our clients, what's the consensus you feel currently? Are we entering with a positive, or is everyone a bit tentative at the start of this new year?
I always say, try and remain as positive as possible, but it is also added risk to enter into such a venture. You're now having to budget and consider what you're going to do during load shedding, which is, it's escalated quite a lot. I know just today in some parts of South Africa, they had 10 hours of power off during a working day, which is not good for the economy and not for good for us as growers as well, So the consensus is you've got to be able to, if you're wanting to go into an indoor system, and it doesn't matter what size, you're going to have to budget for a backup solution, making sure that your airflow at least is covered, and maybe some supplementary lighting as well, which is always extra added costs.
Which sucks for us, obviously. Sorry to butt in, Luke, but I mean, it's the barrier to entry for an indoor grower is already massive. You're looking at thousands of rands, just a lighting fixture close to 10. Now the barrier's gone even further. So it's, I think the saving factor or the investment factor is now near, probably 50% more expensive to get into an indoor grow. And like Luke said, from the smaller system up until, relatively large system, you need to account for it. Do you see it getting better? I mean, do you personally feel we're going to stay in stage 6 for the whole year? Or do you think we're going to or do you think it's going to get slightly more manageable as we delve more into the working year?
Personally, I don't think it's going to get better throughout this year, potentially the next as well. But that's something that's ever evolving. We're just going to have to wait and see and monitor it quite closely. But yeah, I don't see in this year, unfortunately, it getting much better than what we currently have.
So for a first-time grower, someone who's busy costing everything, what would you suggest to them? Buy everything slowly, or just practice a bit more outside and save up for everything that they're going to need so that they can hit the ground running?
I think just budget for it. It's also something that you can work in, not only running a little bit of the parameters that you need to control inside your grow, but potentially hooking up your internet to it, maybe having a cable that you can charge your phone. You can utilize the units in and around your living space if that's what you're able to do as well. So just factoring that in, I would say is probably your best bet. And also, if you need to gradually grow as you go along, but then I would say, start off with sort of getting the small things as you can and go along, and keep up with the outdoor as much as you can.
Nice. Yeah, good suggestions. And any closing thoughts there that you have for us? We're nearly sort of halfway through the first month of the year. Any small tips or thoughts you've had in these couple days of 2023?
Yeah, I think just keep positive as much as we can, even though it is, difficult with where we are and power and those that you want to get into growing. Don't let it stop you. It's still a wonderful thing to get into. It teaches you a lot about not only growing plants, but a lot about yourself as well. So don't ever refrain from going into it. I don't think it's ever a bad investment. So yeah, closing thoughts as well is just stay on top of your IPM regimens, and keep on growing.
Nice. Thanks so much, Luke. I really appreciate your time today and all the hard work and support. I'm sure a lot of the people watching would have also chatted to you. So it's cool to get some of those tips. And guys, like Luke was saying, it's important to stay positive. It's easy to get negative in South Africa, but we also love our country. We love the fact that we're able to grow. And it's only going to make us better growers in the long run. We have to face probably a way wilder environment than a majority of sort of the growers worldwide. I can be corrected on that, but I'd say it's we're in the top 10. So guys, yeah, thanks so much, Luke. I really appreciate your time. Thanks again for watching. For those of you who made it to the end, I'm coming to you from a super hot South Africa. You can see it's a little sweaty in my office over here, but I got to turn all these fans off so it sounds dank. But we're also sweating under the pressure of this environment. But we're still passionate. We're still growing as hard as possible. We still want to assist you guys in getting the best knowledge possible so that you can do it for yourself. And even if the barrier to entry at this point is slightly harder, there's been loads of innovations. Grow lights have got cheaper. Maybe batteries and inverters are more expensive right now. But, we're constantly looking for the best equipment and the best ways to do things affordably in South Africa, because that's just the environment that we're in. But we also want to do it proper. We want to grow that AAA grade. And we're hoping to continue to bring you guys more awesome information related to this during 2023. We're starting off this year with a bang. We've got loads of content lined up. And I just want to ask you guys, if you are enjoying it, to please remember to like and subscribe. And till next week, hopefully Andy will be back with us. And I hope you guys enjoyed this episode with Luke and myself. And we'll see you there. Peace, guys.